Hey, folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Tuesday, February 19th, 2019. All right, folks, take a look at GBTC. This is as close as you can get to a Bitcoin ETF. I called for a major rally here, and it has started in Bitcoin. And again, if you're in the markets, you don't have a cryptocurrency account, this is one way to play it, the GBTC. I wouldn't be buyers now, but on any pullbacks or small consolidation patterns, Bitcoin's going higher, in my opinion, and the cryptocurrencies overall, the top ones, anyways. Ethereum, Ether is one of my top favorites here as well. I just bought some on Friday, more, I should say, on Friday, and the key was a time count. You had a beautiful time count on the crypto charts, and it was signaling a move. And I got in on Friday, and Friday evening, the currencies began to rally, and we've seen Ethereum shoot from basically my buy was just over 120 per Ether, and we saw it shoot all the way up to basically 150. So, I mean, think about that, about a 25% gain just in the weekend period on the cryptos. I've been telling people and pumping Riot Blockchain as a big mover here. You can see what it's doing today, up 55%. And again, this was all in the charts. I love the PBT methodology, which is the proprietary methodology we teach our members here, because it can be used on anything. Here you have cryptocurrencies working. You can use it on Forex. You can use it on commodities, futures, stocks, you name it, all of that stuff. And that is the beauty of it. And again, it makes us a lot of money here at InTheMoneyStocks.com and keeps us in the win column overall every single year that we've been in existence, now 12 plus years, which is pretty remarkable. So in any case, guys, this is where it's at. I can show you a couple other things, other stocks that move on crypto. Overstock accepts payments in Bitcoin, so obviously this stock going up, and it's basically a proxy. And what I find fascinating here is you could almost see that the big boys, now the big boys can't, big funds like institutions with hedge funds, they can't really buy cryptocurrencies. I mean, if there was a ETF, they could, but they really can't do it here. So what do? They can look for stocks to play, and this is one way to do it. And what I thought was fascinating is look at the bottom here and look at the accumulation. Even before Bitcoin started to run, there was a lot of accumulation in Overstock, and here you're seeing it start to move. And my guess is you're going to see it go up to this level here, the 200 moving average. But it's interesting because, again, a lot of these funds can't buy cryptocurrencies. They can't buy Bitcoin yet, because there's no ETF, there's no, they don't feel comfortable with lack of regulation, but they can play stocks that benefit from it, like an Overstock.com in this situation. So that's a good way to do it as well. And that's great to see. And again, just a monster move. In terms of other stocks, I mean, anything that deals with blockchain is going to be moving today. Riot Blockchain is the top gainer in the markets percentage-wise today. And again, I have talked about that to my members. In fact, we had a position in that as well. We made about 30% on it recently, and then we moved out of it. And here's another move up in that as well. We also had Overstock.com. You can check it out on our track record for 2019. We made a nice chunk of change in this one as well. So that's the beauty of what we do here, folks, is that at InTheMoneyStocks.com, I'm not going to disparage against anything. I mean, if there's a trade there, if the PBT methodology, which is basically like technical indicators that flash to us when things are strong buys or strong sells, if it's telling me to do it, I'm in. I mean, I'm not going to argue with it. The charts are the charts. If they tell me based on PBT to do it, we're doing it. And that's, again, a great example of how in the cryptocurrency markets this was shown, and you can see the results today. And again, for those members that are in the intraday stock chat in the research center, literally almost every day I've talked about cryptocurrencies to them and how important it is to have them in your portfolio as a percentage. Now, not a big percentage. As I've said, I value cryptos right now like gold. So I have 5% of my overall money in gold, and I have 5% in cryptocurrencies. But again, I believe that long term, based on the amount of debt that this country has and the problems that we're facing in the future with all the issues, and the Federal Reserve willing to say recently that they're just going to bend over and let the markets have their way and keep a higher balance sheet. And remember, the Fed is saying they're not going to unload all their balance sheet, that they accumulated during the crisis in 2008, 2009, which means in the next catastrophe, in the next financial crisis, they're going to have an even bigger balance sheet, and they're not going to get out of that one either. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger, and it's unsustainable, folks. So you have to, when it comes to fiat currencies that are backed by zero, there's going to be a demand, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years, 100 years from now. Americans people of the world, they're not going to accept a currency that a government can just willy-nilly print. I mean, look at Venezuela, look at Nigeria, look at these countries where inflation is thousands of percentage points, and your money, your $100 is now worth the equivalent of a penny. I mean, that's not something that's going to fly. And the beauty of cryptocurrencies is that there's a maximum supply in general. Like on Bitcoin, it's 21 million, and even if there's not, they become harder and harder to mine over time. So there's basically a slowing amount that can be created, and that's set in stone. It can't be changed. And again, obviously, we're in the infancy of this situation here with Bitcoin and the cryptos, but it's here to stay, in my opinion. I've been a strong proponent of cryptos for now quite a while. Basically, ever since we hit the lows, recent lows over the last 3 or 4 months, we bottomed out on Bitcoin. I think around 31, 3,200. You got to be putting some in your portfolio. But again, it's all about allocation, right? You don't go all in. You just put some in there, and as your net worth grows, you allocate the same percentage over to cryptos. I basically look at it like an insurance policy. If unfortunately, what I think could happen happens, I want to be protected. I want to protect my family, and I think that's the right move. All right, guys, enough of this, but beautiful move here in the crypto world. And again, my guess is you'll probably have Bitcoin hit around 4,000 or just above, and it'll kind of consolidate. But then I think the big level you're going to watch is once it gets back to about 6,000, just over 6,000. That's where it based for a long, long time before it had a breakdown. Right now on these charts, I don't have the Bitcoin chart, but I'll get a chart up for you guys. We'll do another video where I can actually show you the charts. Okay. All right. Have a great one. Come join us at InTheMoneyStocks.com if you want anything market moving, profit based on PPT methodology. We're going to give you those trades. Take care.